Right brain versus left brain. Before we start to draw, let's look at the concept of left brain and right brain thinking. But as we do this, please bear in mind that what I am telling you is an unscientific oversimplification of what is actually going on inside of our brains. Our brains are very complex and adaptable. Nonetheless, the basic concepts that we're about to discuss are essential if we want to allow ourselves to become better and more creative artists. Left brain thinking is what we have learned over all of our years of schooling. It includes naming things, simplifying things into stereotypes, using language, using math, and using logic. Our internal voice is left brain. It uses words. The left brain is dominant. It is linear in its logic. The right brain, by contrast, is the creative side of the brain. It is empathetic. It thinks laterally, connecting smells to memories, colors to moods. It is easily dominated. We have to learn to override the left brain in order for the right brain to do its work. In her classic book, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, Betty Edwards found that students of all ages could replicate this Picasso drawing of Igor Stravinsky much better upside down than right side up. That is counterintuitive. Why is this? When drawn right side up, students allowed the left side of their brain to override their observations, substituting symbols for eyes, nose, mouth, and hands, and the drawings looked very childlike. But upside down, the students were instructed to avoid naming things and just look at each line, its direction, its length, and its connection to the next line. We would call this a modified contour drawing approach. Here we have examples of a drawing done right side up and upside down. Notice the symbol eyes and glasses at left. When drawing from observation, we want to use the right brain drawing techniques. When we develop the skills, we should be able to turn them off and on at will, but first we will have to allow them to work their magic and recognize what they feel like. When we are working in our right brain, we will feel connected to the process and we will become unaware of time. Later, when we step back and analyze our work, we do want to use our words and critical skills as well. You will occasionally notice your left brain intruding on the process. It is the internal voice that says things like, "This is stupid," "This is taking too long," or "I have other things to do." It will try to sabotage our drawings. The most obvious way to notice this is if you're doing a drawing with a sensitive, articulate line until you get to a confusing section of a drawing. Then all of a sudden you start drawing with a frustrated dark line, dug deep into the paper. This is left brain sabotage. So what I ask of you is, when you get to a hard part of a drawing, relax, step back, think about it in another way. Will a different mode of thinking solve this problem better? And as you're doing that, gently lighten up on your line so that you can erase it. Making mistakes is okay. It's an important part of the learning process. And don't be too hard on yourself.